Welcome to today's Explainer. If you've tuned in, chances are you're looking for the absolute fastest, most efficient way to figure out what's happening to your body when you stare at a screen all day, and, more importantly, how to actually fix it. Okay, let's jump right in. Today, we're not just talking about standing up straight. We are talking about high-tech system maintenance for the human body. We're going to treat your physical structure exactly like you'd treat a high-performance computer. So, let's optimize that hardware.
27 kilograms. Just let that sink in for a second. That is not just some random weight you'd pick up at the gym. That is the staggering, literal amount of weight currently crushing down on your cervical spine if your head is tilted forward right now reading a text or watching this on a screen. No way, right? We're going to break down exactly why this happens and how you can stop it in its tracks.
So, to put that into perspective, in a normal, healthy, upright position, the human head weighs roughly 4 to 6 kilograms. You can think of that as balancing a standard bowling ball perfectly squarely on top of a pole. Your body structure handles that effortlessly. But the second you lean forward to look at your smartphone, tilting your neck to, say, a 60-degree angle, that weight load explodes to 27 kilos. Visually, that's literally the equivalent of an entire elementary school child sitting directly on the back of your neck. To keep your head from just snapping forward, your back neck muscles are forced to work absolute overtime. Eventually, they just solidify and harden, locking you into that dreaded turtleneck posture.
Okay, let's move to our first core concept. Section 1. A kinked main cable, the system failure of bad posture. You know, we so often treat bad posture as just a cosmetic issue, like, oh, I look a bit sloppy. But the sources reveal a way more urgent reality. Think of your neck as your main cable. It's literally the only pipe connecting your brain, the control center, to the rest of your body. When your neck is healthy, that main cable is completely straight. Information, nervous system signals, energy, it all just flows perfectly. But when you jut your face forward into that smartphone neck, you are physically kinking that vital cable. It's like taking a running garden hose and folding it in half. The water just stops. In your body, the energy stops, and your nervous system starts to absolutely panic.
And here is the cascading damage caused by that kinked cable. Because it's not just a stiff neck, it is a multi-system failure. First up, oxygen deprivation. When your head drops, your chest collapses, and that restricts your lungs. You are literally, slowly suffocating yourself, which leads to brain fog and that chronic fatigue we all hate. Second, autonomic panic. That extreme muscle tension compresses your nerves and traps your nervous system in a constant, irritable combat mode. Your sleep tanks, and the headaches roll in. And finally, full body distortion. Your skeleton misaligns to compensate for your heavy head. Your lower back sways, your knees bend, and eventually this completely craters your metabolism. Now, if you're suddenly feeling the intense urge to sit up perfectly straight right now, yeah, you're definitely not alone.
So we clearly need a fix, and we need it fast. That brings us to Section 2, the 30-second posture reset. Unkinking the cable.
Don't worry, I'm not going to give you some tedious, hour-long yoga routine. We are doing a 30-second rapid-fire system reboot to physically unkink that cable. Here is the super manageable 5-step process. Look up. Pull your chin in, elongate to the ceiling, roll your shoulders to open your chest, and drop the tension to the floor. Half a minute, tops. Let's look at the exact mechanics of how to do this.
All right, for steps 1 and 2, you start by slowly looking up. But you aren't just tossing your head back, you want to intentionally stretch the skin on the front of your neck, because that skin actually shrinks when you stare down all day. Crazy, right? Once that's stretched, you pull your chin straight back in. But here is the secret sauce. Imagine your ear hole is a literal access, kind of like a door hinge. Rotate your head firmly around that specific point to tuck your chin. This perfectly resets your skull's natural structural alignment.
Now moving seamlessly into steps 3, 4, and 5. With that chin tucked, lock your eyes straight ahead. Now imagine an invisible string attached to the top of your head, pulling you straight up to the ceiling. Feel your neck elongate to its absolute maximal length. Keep that length, roll your shoulders up, and pinch your shoulder blades together to crack open that tight chest. And finally, step 5, drop it. Just let gravity take the wheel. Instantly drop all that shoulder tension. Imagine your fingertips are heavy lead weights plunging straight down to the floor. You'll literally feel the space around your neck clear up instantly. Boom, the main cable is officially unkinked.
But knowing the reset is really only half the battle. Let's look at Section 3, Mastering the If-Then Habit, automating your maintenance.
We're bringing in a little behavioral science here because we need to automate this. Relying on willpower to have good posture never, ever works. Enter if-then planning. You link this new 30-second reboot to a highly specific, totally unavoidable action you already do every single day. So when the if happens, the then automatically fires off in your brain.
Let's look at some super practical examples you can steal right now. For instance, if you log into your computer in the morning, or if you shut it down, then you run the 30-second reset. Make it an ironclad rule. If you catch your reflection in the mirror, or if you physically set your phone down on a table, then you reset. If you're just standing in the kitchen waiting for the kettle to boil, then you reset. By attaching it to these mundane daily triggers, this habit loop integrates right into your life without costing you a single extra minute.
Which brings us to our final part, Section 4, Full Body System Maintenance, Optimizing Your Energy.
Because as we wrap up this explainer, we really need to step back and reframe the ultimate goal here. This goes way, way beyond just looking nicer when you sit. I absolutely love how the source material phrases this. This isn't a stretch, it's system maintenance. When you do this 30-second routine, you aren't doing casual yoga. You are actively intervening to restore your body to its absolute peak performance. You're guaranteeing that the connection between your brain and your body is perfectly, flawlessly clear.
So make this your new golden rule. Close the PC, reset the neck. Taking those brief 30 seconds to physically unkink your main cable does so much. It restores oxygen to your brain, it finally switches off your nervous system's combat mode, and it realigns your entire skeleton. The result? You maximize your energy efficiency, you kick chronic fatigue to the curb, and you build a truly resilient, high-performing metabolism. So here's my final thought for you. Feel your neck right now. Just pay attention to the angle of your head. Is your main cable currently kinked? Is it suffocating your energy and trapping you in panic mode? Or are you ready to run your 30-second system reboot right now? Seriously, don't wait. Unkink the cable. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.